back to our channel. Hear me out. I'm Dee,
I'm E.
and today we're going to be going over some information that we saw on the news about a couple that we used to watch all the time in Real Housewives of Potomac, and that is Chris and Monique Samuels. So the headline is they are divorcing. Monique filed for divorce. The documents are sealed, of course, so there's no reason that's been given publicly. Um, but yeah, it's not something that I thoroughly saw coming. I'd heard there were issues, but I was still surprised.
I totally saw it coming.
Oh, okay.
I never thought it was a genuine kind of thing.
Oh, this is juicy. What? Do
So,
tell.
so Monique filed a complaint for absolute divorce on April 14th and later filed an amended complaint for divorce on June 15th. So they've been married for 10 years. They have three kids. I forgot their names, to be honest.
Two boys and a girl.
Yeah, I think it's Chris, Milani, and I'm drawing a blank on, and Chase.
Chase.
They've been married for 10 years. They were obviously on the Real Housewives of Potomac. That's where we first saw her. And her clashing with Giselle. You know, Giselle's my girl. And she was also on another show, Love and Marriage DC. Apparently they saw, all the different tiffs that they were having, arguments, and
Yeah.
um, it was, evident that there was something going on in the relationship.
Right.
Um, so Monique shared, it was a lot of confusion. It was crazy building up to that 10-year marker of our marriage. And when we have been married for so long and you have so many things that you like and dislike, things can get frustrating. Oh my God, what is going on with life and, things like that. So, it's
Dang.
sad.
Yeah.
10 years with
That's quite a bit.
what did Giselle used to call him, Big Boy?
Probably, Giselle had a nickname for everybody. And for you guys that may not know, Potomac is like my favorite. I think it might be Eve's favorite. I'm not sure, but it's the best Real Housewives. Like I do not watch any other Real Housewives. I only watch Potomac, and I love that show. The women, they're hilarious. Giselle, the funniest, of course. But when
And the most
Monique when Monique and Chris joined, I thought Chris was, just like a big, lovable guy. He seemed, just like a very chill, genuine person. But Monique gave me some hood rat vibes. Um,
I
I
wasn't
know,
expecting that.
I know that sounds terrible, but it was just a lot of like new money, like especially when you compare it to like the other women and how like, they were also very like, high class, supposedly high class. You have the grand dame, like hello.
She going through it over there. Giselle lives in the forest. There's nothing. Potomac is nothing like Real Housewives of LA. Now that's money. This is full money. They're pretending.
Oh,
They got nothing.
oh, I didn't expect that. Hello. Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Well, um, so now Chris and Monique, their home was beautiful, the things that they had, all really nice. And I mean, they seemed like a good match. I did think their marriage and everything was genuine and real. But there were times where, in the show, some things kind of seemed a little bit off, and you could also tell that Chris wasn't a fan of Monique kind of having like her own life as far as like any business ventures and taking time away from like the home. I don't know if like he just kind of more so wanted her to be like a stay-at-home mom. But that was kind of like the vibe I was getting. So I did kind of see some cracks there, but I don't know. I didn't expect a full-on divorce. Mind you, I didn't see the Love and Marriage DC or anything like that. But I don't know. I thought that when they left Potomac, it was just for the betterment of their relationship. And yeah.
Well, Monique has a YouTube called Tea with Monique, and she opened up about her marriage. And she says, it's no secret that Chris and I have been struggling in some areas of our marriage. And anybody who watched Love and Marriage CC last year saw all the arguments. Y'all saw everything that was going on. So, it was a cry for help, basically. So, I think
Ooh.
we had to have seen it coming. I think, and I may be wrong and I don't remember, but I feel like, Chris was a former football player,
Hmm.
and I think Monique met him she was like a receptionist somewhere or something,
Yeah.
an assistant, a receptionist, I don't know. I just felt like she was giving me very, I'm trying to come up vibes. To me, to me, it didn't seem like she was genuinely
Okay.
like into him. I don't know. I think Giselle was more into Jamal more so than Monique has been into Chris. I don't know. This is just based on my observations. And I also didn't see it succeeding because Chris's mom was a terror. Did you see
Anti
it?
Monique.
Huh?
She was anti Monique.
How can something succeed
Yeah.
like that? Like
Right.
with that kind of environment. And the lady
Yeah.
tried to fake the funk, but I think it was
I
obvious she
know.
did not like Monique. You
No.
know, that is always going to be like some source of argument kind of
Yeah.
thing. And
Yeah.
I think that housewives, shows, reality shows, it has to put a strain in a relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Seen a lot more fails than a lot more successes in relationships because of the
That's true.
fame and the attention and the notoriety and the so-called business ventures, and people change and priorities
Hmm.
change. So I'm sure Monique seemed to be coming into her own, thinking she's a businesswoman or is a businesswoman. And, like you said, Chris didn't seem to really like stuff like that. He
Yeah,
wanted
like not supportive.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I could see, and
But
10 years is a long time and people
it's
change. So
it's interesting that you say about, these reality shows, they're a strain on the relationship. Monique is actually quoted as saying that this show coming on Potomac, it actually saved her marriage, because they were in a rough place prior to the show and everything. So I find that to be, quite interesting that she says it saved her marriage, and then a few years later, we're not filing for divorce. So
so
I don't know.
love and marriage ruined it again.
Maybe, maybe you should have stayed off reality TV. Like, I don't know. Something was off.
I thought that was the whole intention of her leaving the show and showing all the receipts to Andy. I didn't think she was going to
Yeah.
come back to reality TV. So
Yeah,
I
I
think
didn't either. I was surprised. And I was perfectly fine with her replacement. Wasn't it Wendy Asefo and her husband? I think they were her replacement.
yeah,
Um, love Wendy. Not a hood rat. Super educated, glamorous, classy. Love her. And
she is
her
going,
marriage was good.
she is going through, a little hood rat phase, but I think she calmed down a little bit. She was doing the most.
But when we first were introduced to her, she was very much a classy lady, and I love that. So I enjoyed having Wendy as a replacement for Monique. Um, but yeah, again, I still don't feel like, I didn't really see the divorce coming. I don't know, maybe I really was just kind of like blinded, thinking like, oh, it's just like little tips here and there. But in retrospect, of course, seeing, like you mentioned, the issues with the mom, and then of course like him not being as supportive of her own business endeavors, that could definitely like take a toll on things.
So speaking of housewives, former Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kim Zolziak and Kroy Biermann are also calling it quits, and they've been together for 11 years. I think
Dang.
they have about, I don't know, 4 kids, 6 kids, 4 kids, 4 kids.
Oh my gosh.
I
Okay.
think it's like Roy, Cash, and the twins or something. It's something along those lines. So
Wow.
they've been experiencing a lot of financial and potential legal woes.
Uh-oh.
Rumor has it that Kim is a gambler, a heavy
Ooh.
gambler, and that's put a strain in their relationship. Other reports say that Kroy wants full custody of the kids. Who knows what's going on? But
Oh.
it's kind of crazy because if you guys have seen Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kim used to be with, an invisible guy called Big Papa, which was her sugar daddy, right? We never knew who he was, but he was like bringing her out. She used to go to this psychic, and the psychic said, you're gonna find, the love of your life, and you're gonna have all these kids, blah blah blah. Mind you, she
Oops.
already had Brianna, what is her name? Brianna and Ariana as
Oh, okay.
daughters. Yeah. So, she met Croy in like a Dancing with the Stars or some kind of show like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and they really hit it off, or like some dancing kind of show where he was on it. She kind of hollered at him, and it was kind of like a very whirlwind romance. They had their
Oh,
own
okay.
their own show. Obviously, they had 4 kids together. And they've been through a lot. I think Kim had like a heart condition, a heart problems, like I think heart surgery or something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, he's a
Crazy.
retired NFL player. I believe that Croy was in the Atlanta Falcons and played a couple seasons there. He might have played for another team, but I can't recall right now. But yeah, it was a very whirlwind romance. Let's see here. It says, "Oh, the encounter happened at a charity event." I know he was dancing somehow.
Oh, okay.
They had a lavish televised wedding and several children. Kim is 44, Croy is 37. They share Croy Jr. 11, Cash 10, and twins Kaya and Kane that are both 9. And then
Wow.
their marriage, Croy adopted Kim's oldest daughters, Brielle, 26, and Ariana, 21.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, so this is gonna be, a big split. Like I
Yeah.
said, this I predicted it, I mean, I guess people gotta go to her, including myself, but whatever. So yeah, like Monique and Kim both getting a divorce, obviously for
Yeah.
different reasons, of course.
Right.
I think I stumbled upon something for Kim that says, these are a lot of allegations.
Okay.
Things have gotten messy from accusation of she has a compulsive gambling problem,
Ooh.
to claims that he's a manipulator.
Okay.
Then there's Croy claims to the cops that Kim allegedly punched him in the back of the head
Oh my
following an
gosh.
argument over a number of luxury items that he had locked up in a safe. So I don't know if things are getting physical, I don't know if it's a lot of money problems,
Oh
you know,
no. That's
it's a lot.
crazy. And like
So
I said earlier, I don't watch none of the other housewives, but I do know about Kim. And I remember years ago hearing how she had like this amazing relationship with her husband, and he was such a great man to her, and that this woman was so incredibly happy. And I thought like, oh, that's great.
was.
So this is a huge turn of events. Like, definitely didn't expect to hear about that. Like when it first dropped, I was like, whoa, wait. Like, I thought those people were like happily ever after. But
Yeah,
you never
uh,
know.
so sad to see. There's a lot of young kids in the
Yeah.
picture, with the divorced parents. That's not the funnest thing. Yes, I said
Right.
fun. But no, hopefully we wish them an amicable divorce,
Yeah.
you know, where it's mutually beneficial for all parties and the kids don't feel the brunt of these changes and, everything that comes with a divorce.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, they can come to some kind of amicable resolution. Um, but man, what a time for these housewives.
What a time to be alive. And I just hope that Giselle doesn't get back with Jamal. I've been
Again.
dreading it. But the daughters don't seem to like want that, so I
Yeah.
think they know about their daddy.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that wraps up today's topic about the housewives. So sad, but
Yeah.
It's life. Let us know what you think in the comments. Did you like Monique? Do you like Kim? Did you think they were gonna last? You know,
Yeah.
tips for reconciliation. Do we want that for the kids?
Hmm.
Is it good? Is it bad? Let us know in the comments. Click on the notification bell so you know when we post our videos, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.